What's up, guys? BARRYGAMING here, back with some more Eternal Evolution, and today we're going to be talking about a hero that is actually very easy to acquire over time as far as SSS heroes go, and that is REZ. REZ is going to be one of the copies that is very easy to find because he is pretty much in all the different PvP modes. One thing to note is if you are in, I don't know if it's actually attached to how old your servers or anything, but when the Summit Arena does open, you will notice there are ways to get like inexpensive copies of him among other heroes. There's also a really cool thing with the reward structure. If you can make it to the group stages, you can start collecting shards for them for coming in 8th or higher. You can get a full copy if you come in 1st or 2nd. And then the easiest way to get him is literally through the Galactic Arena. You're just going to keep saving up these every single month. You're going to be going to the shop and you're going to be purchasing him every time he refreshes. The first copy is 150,000. Shouldn't take too long to acquire that. I feel like most people can grind up to like somewhere between 6 and 10k of these every single day, so that's at least once a month to every twice a month that you can actually acquire that many resources. And this hero is going to be absolutely amazing because if you're really struggling for really good damage dealers on your account, well, REZ can kind of double that up if the hero you're going to be attaching him to is a hero that has a very meta-defining or damaging active ability, ultimate ability, which most of them do. Because what does his ultimate ability do? It's called Stimulant, and what it does is it injects to an ally to restore the target's energy to the upper limit. Basically saying it gives them 100% energy. And then, of course, if you do take him higher up, increase their attack. That's pretty significant as well. The more energy the teammates recover, the more energy he consumes from himself. At least 500 energy will be consumed from him. So if they're already getting close to having like a full bar, or if they're like halfway there, it'll take 500 years, and then he'll still keep 500 to keep recharging for the next one. Now, positioning on auto is a little interesting. This hero, I feel like, is definitely better if you're playing it manually and you're controlling where it goes, because number one, he can feed someone energy that basically already has a full bar of energy, and that's not going to be good for you because that's pretty much a waste right there. You can see as it levels up, it lowers the cost as well. The other thing is he might target someone in his own row that's not actually the target you want him to be, because your target might be in the front row that you want to target, and that's going to be a little bit annoying. Now, besides that, he does have some interesting abilities, able to decrease enemies' energy, which is pretty cool. Increases the speed of allies, which is really, really cool too. And then, of course, he can attack the enemies, and yeah, nothing super special. It's really all about Stimulant right here. So we're going to jump into a combat. I'm going to show you guys what we're talking about here. So let's go into campaign. We're in chapter 44-17 right now. You'll notice the team I run is pretty much like a sacrificial artist up front. And then my Nord is the big damage dealer, and we're also running Hagredin, basically because he displaces heroes and he gets a 30% shield every single time. So does REZ, so it helps keep him alive. So we're going to jump into combat. Typically what I do is if I'm really trying to win a battle, I'll put it down to 1 times, and then I sometimes take both of them off. That way I can manually target where my Nord is going. I kind of like that better. You'll see the shield come right there. Nope, he didn't even make it there. But you'll see we do this here, and then watch his energy bar. So you'll see the energy that Nord has right now. Well, he only goes down to about, he's got like 450 left. It's not that bad, but this is usually what happens. Now, he is very, very weak in comparison to the rest of our account, so it's not necessarily he's gonna live constantly. You guys can see I'm running like a full support team essentially, because, well, that's all I need to do to keep my Nord alive. But if you don't have a Nord, this still works on other heroes. It just depends on what heroes you have on your account. If you have a Ravenia, if you have a Luke from the early games, it's pretty good. If you have an Emma, it's still good because it gives her another one of those huge bursty actives that she has. And yeah, you'll see it's just, we don't really care if he died or not. He's just, again, another sacrificial hero to get a couple extra ultimates off on our Nord. And his Nord just is very, very good with this. It moves the enemies around, it does a ton of things, and it's probably one of the best combos I've seen so far. This is just so good. But I would highly suggest you try this. Even like you said, I've only gotten one copy of REZ so far on our account. And how I'd equip him is pretty much just building him as tanky as possible. I went the route of trying to give him as much HP as possible, but again, as a very low, what is he, elite plus one, he's not going to have a lot of innate stats for the multipliers to work with. So I'm basically just looking for as many damage reduction nodes as possible. I think I got damage reduction on pretty much every piece of gear, including his boots, which I do need to find a better version. But you'll see, like, pretty much every piece of gear, I'm going for HP stats, and pure damage reduction. So the vigorous set I absolutely love on him, especially if I can get another set of boots here, which... man, that would be sweet if I could. If I get another pair of damage reduction, that would be amazing. But it looks like we're already using them on 3 of the heroes that we really wanted on, so it kind of is what it is. And then, of course, on the helmet here, what I would highly suggest doing is, again, going for something very tanky. I'm going to go for like an HP rate, but I actually don't know if that's better or not. 391. No, it's definitely not. Definitely not the better pickup. Honestly, the EX HP is better because, like I said, we already have all these multipliers here. So if we can force more HP into this build from raw stats, that will actually be better for us. And yeah, just keeping him alive, letting him get as many of these stimulants off as possible is exactly our goal. Like, I'll show you guys another situation here. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll put him in the front row and I'll also be running a Emma, which if I need the extra damage, that's the case. But this is why I don't want to run him on auto, because if I ran him on auto, he'd basically, wow, that team just destroyed me. He would basically automatically feed the energy to the other hero, to Emma over here. Now, I do run this sometimes too if there are multiple heroes in the front row dealing tons of damage, but I don't need artists to just immediately die in order for us to not, like, to be able to win. And you will see some of these waves are difficult where you're going to want to manipulate where you place him. In this situation, I'll put Serena up in the middle, and in this case, he would only be feeding energy to another hero that is not our Nord, which is our big damage hero. Serena does go down, but it does keep him going, which might be the better outcome here because that gives more actives to our Nord. No, there's just so much AoE damage on this one. So you can see how it can be a very good strategy, but because he's such a low power level, even full HP, damage reduction, all that fun stuff, he really can be squishy depending on the wave. So it's really just a hero you need to test out multiple situations, see which way he works best, and then profit. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Make sure you guys grab or start collecting your REZ copies because you're going to want to level him up eventually. And yeah, see how it works out. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Use that link in the description if you guys are downloading EE. It works on mobile, and we'll direct you to the correct store. See you guys next time.